Exchange rates. These are difficult problems. It's a big problem because you've probably never changed dollars into sterling, pound sterling. So I'll take you through exchange rates. You can change one currency to another. For example, you can change US dollars into GB pounds or sterling. We'll call them pounds. So you can change dollars into pounds. It happens at an exchange rate, which you might have heard of. So here we have dollars 125 equals £1, which means that if you have $1.25, you can change it for a pound, or if you have a pound, I can exchange it for $1.25. It goes both ways. But for mathematicians, this is the most important thing. We assume we can change whatever we want into the other currency at this exchange rate. There are two types of exchange rate calculations, the easy and the not so easy, or to be fair, I might call it tricky. So say we'll go back to $1 equals $1 of blah, blah, blah. There are two types of exchange rate calculations. There's the easy one and the not so easy one, or tricky. So let's go back to our idea where $1.25 is equal to a pound. The easy one, I'm going to change £400 into dollars. Now we know that £1 equals, £1 equals $1.25. So I just have to multiply this pound by 400. Because that's what I want. So I times it by 4. On this side I have £400, and on this side I have 1.25 times 400, which, whether or not you've got a calculator, is 500. That's the easy one. I've got the value of a pound in the foreign currency. I'm changing £400. I just multiply this by 400. Let's have a look at the hard ones. Here I'm changing $400 into pounds. Right. Well, we know that $1.25 is equal to a pound, but this is not something I can just multiply by 400 to get $400. I want to find out the value of $1. So I divide all of this by £1.25. So that gives me that $1 is equal to a pound. 1 over 1.25. I've divided both sides by 1.25. But I now have the value of a single dollar, and I want to change $400. So I'm back in the tracks now. I just multiply both sides by 400. $400 is equal to my funny little number here, 1 over 1.25 times 400 equals 400 over 1.25. And that's £320. Now, because this is the tricky one, and it could go wrong, I like to check this one. And the other side of the equation is a lot easier. So take my, what we know, £1 equals $1.25. And we're trying to work out what 320 is. So I'll multiply it by 320. £320, which is what I've just worked out here, is equal to 1.25 times 320 is equal to the $400 we started off with. So I'd be very happy that that was correct. So there are two classic questions that are asked. Compare how many dollars then and now. We're giving some information. Oh, this is the exchange rate then, this is the exchange rate now. How many more or less dollars does £1,000 buy in 2024? And I just work out how many dollars you'd get, multiply this and this by 1,000, etc., etc. Or question 2, you are given two exchange rates. And here they are, dollars into pounds, euro into pounds, and then a pen costs €50 or $55. Which is the cheapest pen? Tricksy. We have to put both of those, we have to convert both of those into pounds sterling. Which one of them's easy and one of them's going to be tricky. Anyway, let's have a look at an example. This is a question from the paper. Eva lives in Wales. She goes to Australia. She always changes £400 into Australian dollars. In 2018, you got that. In 2016, you got that. How many more dollars did she get in 2016? This is a non-calculator. Hard luck. It's going to be tough. So think, How many Australian dollars did you get each time? Well, in 2018, £1 is equal to Australian dollars 1.7. I've got the pound and I want to change £400, so I'm going to multiply that by 400. £400 equals Aussie dollar 1.7 times 400. Oh dear, this is a non-calculator one. So 1.7 times 2 is 3.4 times 4 is 6.8. 6.8 is 4 times. I want 400. So I multiply that by 100, 680. Thank you. Right, in 2016, however, the exchange rate was this one here. Make sure you get these right, by the way. It's so easy to get them confused. £1 equals 2 Aussie dollars. So I'm multiplying that by straight away by 400. 400, 2 times 400 is equal to 800. So in 2016, I got 800. In 2018, I got 680. How many more Aussie dollars did I get in 2016? Well, that's 800 minus 680 is 120. Quick check. This is the hard bit. 1.7 times 400. 3.4, 6.8. Yeah, that's right. Very happy with that question. It is one of the easy ones for 3 marks. I had a little think. I did a little doing. And then I had a check. Happy with that. Oh, there's another check as well. 800 minus 680 is 120. Well, that's useful to know. Here's a much harder question. 4 marks. Late in the exam, question 20. You're tired, perhaps a little tearful. This one's going to be tricky. So, I can buy a gift. We don't know what it is. $65 in the States, or I can get it online here for €60. So let's see the price in the US. Oh, we'll have a little think first. We've got to convert both these prices to pounds. Then we will compare them and find which is the cheapest. All right, USA. $1 equals 0.8 sterling or 80p. And we've got a price of $65. So $65 on this side is 0.8 times 65, which I'm told is 52. And I'm going to underline it because these questions can get a bit messy. So that is the price in the US airport. Online, it is €60. So that's the exchange rate. €1 or euros 120 equals £1 sterling. I'm going to divide by 1.2. That way I get the value of a euro. Because I want the value of a euro, because I want to know what 60 of them are worth. And I've got this funny thing, 1 over 1.2. But I'll go with it for the time being. I'll multiply by 60. That means €60 equals 1 over 1.2 times 60. You can see the numbers here are quite nice, 60 and 1.2, because 6 and 12 and all that sort of thing. So if you've got a calculator, it's quite easy to see that that's 50. If not, it's going to be a bit of hard work. What I would do if I had 60 over 1.2 possibly is multiply top and bottom by 5. That'll give me 6 on the bottom and 30 on top. You'll end up with 50 at the end of the day anyway. So let's have a comparison. 52 versus 50. Online is cheaper. Online is cheaper. Check. Prices should be similar. Yes, I mean this is the whole point of the question. They're not going to give it away by making it very easy for you. If these answers are not correct, one of them is not similar, I should say, then one of them is not correct. And I would bet on this one. This is the more complicated one, so I would check that. Let's go back to our calculation. £50 was our answer, equals 1.2 times 50. €60. This is the original value of a pound from here. So I'm happy with that. I have a little think. It's pretty obvious, really. It's the easiest way of doing it, getting it all into sterling. Because you should be very good at getting things into sterling after a little bit of practice. That's your gubbins, and there's your check. It's a reversal of the hard one. Are you finding out what £50 is worth? So what do? You have a think and you convert to sterling, most probably. Not all the time, but most probably. If you want the value of $100 in sterling, find out the value of $1. This goes for any currency. Just find out the value of one of them. You might need to fiddle it in order to get the value of one of them. Then, of course, what you do next? Then you just multiply by 100 to get the value of $100 or any currency. So, Here's one for you. It's the one about the pen, bought in Germany and in the USA. I've given you 10 seconds. You can freeze your frame and I'll give you the answer now. Well, we're going to convert prices to sterling. That won't come as a surprise. And be careful because the rates are different types. Because here we've got the value of a pound. Here we haven't got the value of a pound. We've got the value of a euro. So one is going one way, one's going the other. Germany first. We know the value of a euro is 90p. We know that it costs 110 euros. So times 110. 110 euros equals 90p times 110 equals 99. It's useful to know. That's one of the two answers we need. Over here now, we've got $1.25 equals a pound. And we want to know what $125 are. Notice 125 and 1.25. So this is hopefully going to work out quite easy. I am going to divide by 1.25 to get that $1 is equal to 1 over 1.25 sterling. And now I want the value of $125, so I'll multiply by 125. $125 equals 1 over 1.25 times 125. Oh, it's one of those ones that you just think you should know, but it sort of is obvious, I hope, that this number is 100 times bigger than that number. It equals 100. And that's the other answer. So we've got 100 versus 99. So Germany is the cheaper. That's the answer. Don't forget to always state that. Check. Prices should be similar. Well, they're very similar. I think we're going to work out this one. Yes, £100 is equal to what? Let's work it back. $1.25 times 100, because a pound is equal to $1.25. It was $125, and that's what we started off with. So I'm pleased with that. Think first before you dive in. Most likely you will be converting to pounds. There's the easy one where we've got the €1 to multiply by 110. There's the hard one where we've got $1.25, so we have to divide to get what our dollar is worth, and then we multiply by the dollar price. This isn't easy. Hopefully you'll get some marks out of it. There's your workings and there's your check. This is tricky, and even when you've done it a few times, it remains tricky. I think this is a hard question. Anyway, best of luck. Do subscribe if you enjoyed this video. If you didn't, do subscribe if you didn't enjoy this video. If you're taking an exam soon, best of luck.